call your name, please come to the podium, and I'll call a few names at a time. Please line up on this side of the wall, that'd be great. Go Puppet, Sue Lee, Janet Weiland, JC Cigar Bollinger,
Janet Weiland's here. Janet Whelan's here. It's Janet Whelan. It don't matter. No, you could go first. Oh, you want me to start?
Yeah.
Good afternoon. Wait, it's not. Hello?
Our audio guy should be turning on.
Tell me when.
There you go.
Okay. I want all items, please, and public comment. And tell me when to start. It's how many minutes? 3 minutes, right?
correct.
Well, it's only saying 2. No, I get 3. Huh? 2. Oh, then you're going to start, usually, okay, got it. Well, I want to applaud all of you guys for overcoming your anxiety and fear of the restaurant workers to come back and actually hold a meeting. I'm impressed. Number 2 and 3, I'm all for it if you guys would use these funds to help the victims of Scientology. There's several hundred people that have been trying to get help to be heard for the victims' horrible crimes that were conducted against them. We're talking sexual abuse, financial abuse, trafficking, all kinds of stuff. And they're not being heard by police or anybody, and they are victims. So I hope these grants and funds can go to them to help them get on with their lives. When it comes to the Van Nuys Airport, because it's Miss Padilla, and she's doing good, she's doing great, I'm going to support Miss Padilla today. And I listened to her, right? She's listening to me because she's hearing what I'm saying. And I'm going to say, but can you, at the same time, try to find out why a lot of planes are crashing and make sure that this airport is safe, that it has what it needs to, that we don't have any accidents, because that is, it's scary. It's not as scary as confronting fast food workers in a city hall meeting. I know that was terrifying for you, Bob, and you needed to cancel the meeting because that is so scary. But the planes are maybe crashing might be a little less scary than that, but it's still scary. Okay. Okay, when it comes to the community-oriented policing, no, because the CPAPs are filled with people like Janet Whelan, who, thank you for showing, Janet, but they're safe pointing the police to do their bidding, and so no, it's too much corruption. Okay, so I'm here because I also want you to put some money into, or some legislation, I don't know if there's a budget for it or not, but you guys you have a zero, anyone could get a permit to close a street for a special event anytime they want. There's no limits. And there's no limits because nobody is stupid enough to have continuous and apply for continuous special events permits, except for the the cult of Scientology. So I'm asking you guys to please put limits on how many you can get a year. I think 1 weekend a month is sufficient and fair. But there's an abuse of the community, and you guys, I know Bob's talking about are you talking about how scared you were of those workers, Bob, since you can't listen to me? Let me know. Was it scary? You had to turn off the lights, and you had all these fine officers. All these officers would have defended you, Bob. You didn't have to cancel the meeting. You could have continued. Anyway, that was the worst unbelievable thing I've ever seen. Anyway. But, I'm not blaming anyone else because it was, I guess, Mr. Bob that called it, but that was ridiculous. Thank you.
Good morning, Dynamic Board. My name is Dan Wingman, and I'm here to speak on everything. Start with item number 1, is about our homeless emergency account. I spoke numerous times about homeless emergency, and I'm seeing a lot of actions from our council members that putting donations to Palestinian homeless people on the street. So I'm happy with that because I'm always advocate for homeless people. However, my specific concern is that we are not helping enough Israel homeless people living on the street because our council members have a dynamic that assisting Palestinian homeless only, that only Palestinian homeless lives matter, but Israeli homeless lives never matter because our council member rule and legal. So I want to make sure that our council member rule and legal treat every homeless equally, because in the city of LA there should be no discrimination. Just because you are Palestinian does not mean Israeli homeless do not deserve services, please. Let's continue on item number 5. It's about the community-oriented police services. I am here to recognize one of the most amazing oriented police services out of the officer, Paul Jordan. Thank you. I cannot even emphasize enough that how many times all of this community-oriented police officer Paul Jordan that sacrificed his life for us, how many bullets he took for us, just so we can go to get to sleep at night. How many times, every time he put on his uniform, he is sacrificing his life. He is risking his life for you and me, so we are not getting attacked. But at the same time, when this officer was tragically passed away, our council president, Palestinian, never recognized it. For the general public comment, I will continue on item number 5, because it is about community policing and public safety. I do believe we have a public safety.
What the fuck is going on with this case?
Exactly.
That is some serious shit there, man. And you motherfuckers will not say a goddamn thing in public about this goddamn case, will you? No, you just fucking tell your city attorney.
Can you hear me? Okay, good.
And then 33 for 10 fucking years.
Sure, guy was Janet Whelan today.
Disability discrimination. That's right. And again, the UNICEF doesn't say a goddamn thing about
Sure, guy was Janet
what
Whelan.
the fuck is him or her is doing on this council? That's what she campaigned on. I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna be a reformer. I'm not gonna do what Gil did. I'm not gonna do what Murray did. I'm not gonna do what Kevin did. You're worse than them. See, at least Kevin and Joseph Deal are known retards. At least they know they are. I mean, in this list, she's going not to be a retard. Don't act like a fucking retard. And not for that
Yes, he's so funny.
comment. Did you see what Bob did to take off the head? Did you see what he did? He had all these disruptors, and he goes, I'm gonna cancel the meeting now.
Hopefully she listens to you.
It broke her heart to look at this weak Jew piece of shit up there on that fucking podium. Would the late Herb Wesson act like that? Would Herb ever? No, fuck no. Herb would never do that. Would Kevin do that? No. And what about Nuri Bowles Martinez? Would she do something?
I know, it's so crazy.
No. But Bob,
Maybe she is
he
here.
rolls his little tent, and he goes back and runs away like a chicken, turns off the goddamn lights, and runs away. Because that's the nature of him. And he's gonna raise his kids to be the same little coward bitches we saw today. If there's a robber, Bob, you just give them your fucking purse. If there's a terrorist, Bob, you just give them what they want. Fuck you, Bob. You're too weak to be on that chair.
Mm-hmm. Chicken.
Fire's working.
Then call some additional
Yeah, that would be
names.
cool.
You make your way to the side, that would be great. Ron Herbert, James Finney Conlon, Nate Clifford, John Harlan, Jennifer Fay, Jessica Romeo.
Oh, for sure she's watching, I bet.
Remember Clifford?
You think he got the message? Do we think he's a chicken?
Look at this shit. Age discrimination, disability discrimination, hostile work environment, gender discrimination. All these goddamn fucking processes that you fail at. And why is that?
What's the reason behind it? Because we got prior restraints earlier when that fucking cunt threatened us not to make a peep. He fucking threatened us, Bob. The rules of decorum and their enforcement violate our constitutional legal rights. And we're gonna be heard talking about this shit, Bob. Fuck the Jews. Send them back to the dark gardens. I'm here to save America under Adams versus Hollins versus City of Los Angeles, where a fucking police officer has filed a discrimination disability. I've been saying this for years, ever since Jose Huizar and that fucking caused me, a white Jew, to get mental disability with no support, no help, no fucking housing, and you wonder why, Bob, your children that grow up to be little hospitals and suffers, that they're gonna learn from you. Daddy is a criminal. But again, Bob, let's go back to the agenda. I do not condone this language. Because what's that fucking pumpkinhead guy that usually have here, that terrorist, that fucking communist? Look at item 12, you fucking communist. Universal walking path for north side of Los Angeles River. Well, that's a communist move. Stop fucking putting bike paths when you know America in California is exclusively we're the hidden one capital of the fucking world, and nobody wants to ride and endanger their family, you dickheads. All of you suck a big caucus. Matter of fact, it's so big, I don't even understand why. And the overtime, look at Katie, get it through your mind, Katie, you little. Where you at? Let's talk about the contractual service needs. And a matter of fact, now into my public comment, Bob. Bob, really? You're gonna backlash against the unions and not let them be heard? You're a fucking coward, Bob. No, it's not time. I got my non-agenda public comment.
Fucking minute, man.
And I'm gonna use that time to talk about your fucking cowardness, Bob. And let's go back to the terms that are vague and lack adequate standards and guidelines, Bob, because you created it. You shut the fucking lights off. You tell everybody, oh, I'm not gonna deal with the unions, but yet they have something to say. I'll say on their behalf. Fuck you. Fuck the city council and fuck the mayor. All this budget, all this time of wasting our fucking tax-paying dollars, you're gonna have to pay these attorneys sitting here to the yang yang. And I don't want no 40%. You're gonna pay them 60% because we represent the public here. We only.
That's right.
And we're gonna stand by that. What the fuck did he mold them though? Look at, once again, the communist terrorist up there, that fucking Korean eating dog, get it right. Google this and Google this for the rest of your life, you stupid fuck.
I am warning Mr. Spindler for public interruptions. Please make them further public interruptions or you will be removed from the chamber.
My name's not Spindler, asshole.
I was not warning you, but you are now interrupting council.
No.